Welcome to Around Town, featuring what's happening here in the greater Concord area. I'm your host, Dick Patten. As we come into now the end of October, we're starting to come on the downward trend, and of course the frost is in the air, and the apples are certainly ripening up, and football and baseball's coming to almost to an end, but football is going, and my Michigan team is undefeated, and Halloween is just about ready to go, and but after that, Christmas is definitely in the air. Mm-hmm. So with me today is my good friend and I should say my co-host to a time, Paul Brogan, and it's funny because I said to Paul today, maybe on Facebook or something, I had a comment from Marcy there that she saw our show on YouTube, and she said, "Gee, should you guys really talk?" She said, "You have such a, the chemistry between the two of you. It's like, we just, we're not. I hate to say we're not snobs, but we just tell it like it is, we go way back in Concord's history."
True.
So we just, that's how it goes.
Well, I think part of it, Dick, is the art of conversation. People today seem to have lost that because people communicate mostly with electronic devices.
Oh, yes.
And people actually sitting down and having a real discussion and just letting it go wherever, because we don't come in with a definitely set agenda.
No,
we just allow it to, go all over the place.
So I said, of course, the elections, I finally get near the end. It's like, oh, I'm so glad we're there. I couldn't believe, could you believe, did you watch it last Sunday night?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Wasn't that a disgusting mess?
I
don't care who you like or don't like, but it was a disgusting...
Oh, it was horrible. It was just, you have to wonder, are we still in the United States? There's such a disconnect with what we grew up to think a debate was about. And
well, see, as a kid, I don't remember. I remember my father and my grandfather watching the Kennedy-Nixon one, but I don't remember much about it. And even then, through the 60s and even 70s, there wasn't much about debates, period.
No.
Until the famous one with George Bush there watching his watch or whatever, and Ross Perot sitting there and all that. But, I just don't... I just can't believe someone standing there saying, well, if I get elected, my first duty is to hire an AG who's going to put you in.
Yes.
That's a terrible thing to say on camera like that.
Yes. Yeah, there's no shame involved at all. And
I don't know.
It's scary. It really is scary because it's just, again, it's not anything we've seen before in this country. You see it in, other parts of the world and think, thank God we're here in the United States where there's more common sense and respect and everything else. And, even, when I watched some of the debates during the primary, people were more respectful to one another, at least on the Democratic side. You didn't think there was an abject hatred or something, but... I have not seen the New Hampshire debates, though, so I'm not sure.
I saw the other one the other night with Sununu and Van Osten, and that was a little bit off the collar, too, a little bit.
Testing.
I just, and again, I don't know. I'll be glad and so forth.
Me too. It feels like it's been going on for years.
Oh, it has. And you figure out that they started... couple who started way back in 2013 running their mouths, and then 2014, and it's like, get over it.
Exactly, and I'll be glad when the signs disappear off the landscape.
Oh my gosh, aren't they awful?
Well, I think people come here to see the foliage and enjoy the season, and yet our roadways are just littered, the sides of them, with signs. I never understood, why do there have to be 15 signs in a row for the same person? Doesn't one sort of sum it up? But there are places locally where the same candidate has 15 or 20 signs, one right after the other.
You can tell, the one reason there is if that person is coming after a speech or something. That's why they do that. But sometimes they leave them in. But I can say this year, luckily, I don't have competition. And even when I did, because I didn't have the money to buy all these signs, I just put some signs out different places, and hey, you know, if that wasn't good enough, I mean, I don't know, but I'm just very fortunate this year that I don't have a competition, and I'm looking forward to serving Ward 8 again.
For another 2 years.
And as I said last week on the show with somebody else that was running from Ward 9, I said to get on up there and promise all these things and you can't fulfill them.
Right.
That's stupid.
Yes. Yes.
You know, it's real. All I said, even the first time I ran, I said, you know, I can only promise you one thing, and that'll be that I will do the very best that I can before I cast my votes. I'll research and work and listen to, you know, if you've got concerns, call me. I'm more than happy to listen to you, even as counsel. But now there's some of this stuff going on. Oh.
Well, they promise the moon and they can't deliver it. And that only makes people, after the election's over, more cynical because they say, oh, so-and-so said they were going to do this and this and this, and they didn't do any of it.
They can't because the government, I mean, you're only one of 400 reps.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And stand there and say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Yeah, okay, sure. Right. Right. But, you know, I'll be glad myself that when it's over with, because I just, you know, I'll be anxious to see who does come in, especially on the governor's race, the Senate. Of course, I don't know about that, or even the congressional one. I mean, you know, of course, I've been invited to so many parties and all that stuff, and you know, I don't have the money for that. You know, I'm sorry, I don't.
No.
And that's why I said in the paper there that I do not ask for any funds from anybody because, you know, people work hard for their money.
Yes.
And I'd rather they use it for their families to buy food or medicines or gas for their go back and forth to work.
Right.
Instead of giving it to me for the state hall and that stuff. I said, you know, the thing pays $100 a year, and they take taxes out of that. You know, I don't get any mileage, so it's not like you're going to get rich.
No.
So, anyway, we'll be anxious to see if the Democrats take the House back this year, or the Republicans hold on. I don't know.
Yes.
You know,
it'll be interesting. Speaking of interesting, I noticed finally up where the cinema used to be, there seems to be some activity going on.
Oh, is there finally?
There were some trucks there the other day, and they seem to be starting to do something with. So perhaps finally that project of the Dairy Queen is going to start.
Well, I mean, my goodness, it's been how long since I had that piece in the paper that, oh, we're coming to town and we're going to be open by Christmas or whatever, and there's been no movement.
No move. And they hadn't even taken down the sign for lease or to, you know, buy. So I thought, oh, nothing's going to happen. Back in the olden days, you used to have a sign that said "coming soon," you know, so you sort of had an idea of what was going to be happening. No activity yet at the service stations down here either, and that supposedly on the Red Arrow Facebook page, it says we're coming to Concord in January. So they're going to have to move fast to get all of that taken care of if that happens. I did notice your posting the other day about seeking help with the holiday, with the parade. Did you get any kind of a response?
Not yet. We are getting some participants. Of course, this year James Casano, my co-chair, has put it online that they can register online this year. So I'm not getting the mail that we used to get when we sent out forms for them to fill out and mail back. So they're going online, I guess, but right now we have 2 bands committed. I finally made phone calls the other day, and Belmont and Hillsborough Deering are not coming because it is the all-state tryouts. See, we run into that every year unless there's a 5th Saturday in there. And there's nothing we can do about it. You know, I mean, and like one band said, director told me, she said, well, you'll just have to change your date. And I said, what am I going to change it to? If I go after Thanksgiving, they can't march on a holiday weekend. Then it goes into December. They claim it's too cold. Or if we go a week earlier, that means we're colliding with Veterans Day, and that's too early.
Right.
You know, so what do you do? You know, I'm not, and a lot of bands will not march on Sunday, as it is. No. School boards say no. Even Concord will not march on a Sunday now. And so we don't have the drum corps that we have. You know, Concord is a very poor city far as availability of bands. Now, I did hear some good news that maybe next year Bishop Brady is going to have a band again.
Oh.
So I'm hoping that they will be a marching band, not just a concert band. But if that's the case, that would give us another band that maybe we could get.
Good.
Like the old days with St. John's High School.
Oh, yes.
But no, money has been terrible. And we've got a pledge coming in from the New Hampshire Electrical Workers Union over there on Airport Road. They'll sponsor a band. They want to sponsor Concord High. And I said, well, right now, you can have it because no one else has come forward. You know, it's really, we've sent out letters after letters after letters. And I don't know whether it's the politics that have done it, whether these companies have sponsored candidates or what. I don't know. You know, I know everybody's got their hand out, but you know, you would think that some of these things that go on every year, they would plan ahead.
Exactly.
If they felt strong enough to support it.
Exactly.
But no, and then the tree lighting is just as bad. You know, they say, oh yes, I'm going to send you some, and then it doesn't come. And so you can't go on pledges. You've got to have it in hand.
In hand. Because you have to commit to the wagon and the the whole
petting zoo and all that stuff.
Everything
and then
else.
The fireworks. We were told that once again, Binny TV or whatever was going to sponsor them. I've left messages after messages because City Hall was calling saying, "Where's the permit applications? We need them in." And I've told them, I said, you've got to get those permits filed. But see, they don't, I don't know. So I know I've sent articles to the Insider and stuff, but because of the politics, that's basically taking front page. But the trouble is, by November 8th, the day after Election Day, it's what? 19th is the parade.
Right. So that's 11 days.
And then 2 weeks later is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And there's the tree lighting after that.
What about the tree? Have you had anyone offer a tree yet? No.
We had one lady that called that I saw. I talked to her on the phone, and she was from the Grapponi group. That they had she said a nice tree down in Bow. So I went down there. I finally found it. Oh, what a time I had! But I found it. It's an okay tree, but it's too small. I mean, it's small in terms of what we need, but it's not filled out either. You know, and so they can't use it. But I was hoping that the tree that was on my parents' property. That they could have used that because it was big enough now for, say, Eagle Square.
Yes.
But when they took down the house, they took down the tree with it and ground it up. So now that's gone. But anyway, I hope that we can get a good, nice spruce tree, not the Douglas fir trees.
Right.
But so I don't know. I've put stuff out in the papers and, of course, on computer. But until they print stuff. You're at their mercy because all this political junk.
Yes. So you haven't heard from a lot of the people who sponsored the tree lighting in the past year?
Not yet.
No.
I've talked to the big sponsors and they said yes, they're going to do something. But gee, I mean, don't wait till. I mean, I can't wait till the last minute like that. Because if I don't have, like I said, the money in hand, I'll have to cancel stuff.
Right.
And I feel bad because we had such a crowd last year
Yes,
that, you know, it was good.
And you scheduled some very nice weather last year, too.
Oh, I know. Didn't we do
You
well?
did a great job on that. I mean, compared to the year before when it felt like it was 20 below, last year it was actually very pleasant.
I was reading the Old Farmer's Almanac for November.
Yes.
And supposedly between Veterans Day and the 19th, there's a prediction of a big blizzard coming in here.
Uh-huh.
Dumping snow and everything else. So I said, I hope not. I hope it waits till after.
Yeah, after
December
Thanksgiving.
1st.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, then they can do what it wants. But yeah, that's what it was saying. That there was a big snow blizzard coming in here between the Veterans Day and Thanksgiving. So. Well, we haven't got the rain, so for the water. So obviously we didn't get the hurricane. So. It's still dry out there.
We are. Oh, we're very, very deficient.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
16 inches were below.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. So, you know, but no, I get my decorations outside for Halloween, and before you know it, I'll be taking them down and putting the Christmas stuff.
It will be. It will be. It's
but
amazing.
the stores.
Yes.
And I don't know if you've noticed or not when you. Couple of pharmacy stores that are selling decorations, they now have Afro-American Santa Clauses.
Really?
Yep. I've never seen them before.
Wow.
Yep. They have Afro-American Santa Clauses.
Wow.
There's my super director sneaking in here.
Well, I walked into Bonton the other day, and I thought I was walking into a winter wonderland. There are trees and everything all decorated. But I guess this year a lot of malls and stores are thinking of closing on Thanksgiving and giving that back to the employees, which
stupid.
It is. That whole frenetic, you know, and you know.
Well, years ago you never
waited till Friday morning. The stores opened at their regular time.
The only ones you'd see open on grocery stores on Thanksgiving in the morning, especially, were the mom and pop stores.
Yep.
They would do a whale of a business.
Right, with last-minute things.
Because the big supermarkets were closed.
Were closed, right.
But then to have Walmart open up all day or some of these other ones, it's like, come on, give the people a chance to enjoy. But then again, of course, what do you have Thursday afternoon now? Or Thursday night? The big early Black Friday days, or whatever they call them there.
Yeah, it wasn't enough to start it.
Go up and see lines around Target and all that. I couldn't believe it a couple of years ago.
Did you go to it?
No.
No, I've never been to it.
But Tyler and I took a ride up around the store, and it was people, the mobs. They were lined up right around the store they were. They had security out there holding them back. It's like, holy mackerel.
Yeah.
And Walmart, you could not get a parking place anywhere. I mean, they were parked on 106 they were trying to get in there. So, you know, I mean, we never saw that years ago downtown Concord.
No. There was nothing until regular opening time on Friday.
Yep, I know.
And I guess we were more patient in those days or something. We didn't... And we still managed to buy everything we needed by Christmas. And
each holiday had their own day.
Yes.
I mean, you knew then on Thanksgiving Day that when Macy's, as far as I was concerned, when Santa came down Macy Street, that started the Christmas season.
Yes.
But you enjoyed Thanksgiving the whole day.
Right.
And then, of course, in my house, I don't know about yours, you had Friday was leftovers. And then we would all... My folks would bundle us up and down we go to see the festive lights like we've talked about.
Because the lights came on for the first time that afternoon.
And that's what I hold tradition to. And then, of course, from that point on, every week was, you know, the Salvation Army would be out there with their huts, they were, and ringing the bells.
And the stores were open weeknights for that 4-week period. And so there was, you know, Friday night wasn't the only busy night with stores open. It was Monday through Friday, and it was wonderful. In a condensed 4-week period, you couldn't help but get caught up in the joy and the excitement and the magic of the season.
Oh, I know.
But now, you know, you're just by December 1st, you're so tired of seeing this stuff because it's been out since October. I guess Hallmark starts November 1st. Are there holiday films?
Oh, no. October 29th.
Oh, they're starting before.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
They have been advertising the ads since the middle of August.
Okay.
And I said the other day, I told somebody, I said, my gosh, every hour they're advertising Home for the Holidays and new, 12 new movies. And, it's like, my gosh. And now the ads have started for Christmas stuff on TV. But there's one ad that I haven't seen, and it was for every holiday, and that was this place called Party Store or something.
Yes.
They used to feature I don't care if it was St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's, Easter. They must have gone out of business or something, because I haven't seen them on TV.
Huh.
Because they always would come on at different times of the year for advertising their party goods, and nothing. So...
We have the Halloween store, I noticed, over by... But we didn't get the other Halloween store. We used to get two of them. But there's just... I haven't been in it. I've never, But I'm sure that there's people flocking in there because...
I don't know. I am still thinking they probably are. But I haven't been in there this year. No. I found their prices just a tad bit more than I would care to pay.
Yes.
But... I've got so many decorations outdoors that I didn't put up as many this year as I normally do because of my, my health and stuff. But I still decorate out front pretty good. But it's just, and now with Main Street, I don't know whether they'll have the little trees now on the poles this year or what they'll do. But I miss the big lights they used to have and side streets depot and Pleasant Street Extension
and then they had them on School Street and Warren Street up to State Street.
They always had them.
No, it was
nothing
nice
on the side streets.
No, nothing at all.
But it's just I don't know, things have changed. So it's just really sad. And of course, when these colleges, of course, like I said, I don't know what Michigan does of it. Ann Arbor, I imagine they decorate out there, but I don't know. But the malls, I mean, whether this one up here is up here at Steeplegate will decorate, I don't know.
They have some, but they don't have the decorations they had 20 years ago up there when they really pulled out all the stuff. I'm sure part of that is because they have so many vacancies and the traffic through there. Even the people that used to walk don't seem to be going there very much anymore. No. You would see, dozens of people doing the walk, and that seems to have also vanished. So I don't know what the future holds for that. There hasn't been much about it lately after that initial, when it changed hands or something.
Yeah, I talked with the lady who's in charge of it, Pearl, because they've been a band sponsor for us. But this year she said that not to count on them, but she said send the information, but she didn't think they would do much because of the changeover. They were going to have a pizza person in there for the food court again.
Oh, nice.
And there was also somebody that they were going to be interviewing for the pretzel place. But you need more than that.
Oh, you do. People want to be able to get a meal and sit down and, spend some time eating. And that was, to me, that was always one of the draws is you could go up there and spend 3 or 4 hours. And know that you could also eat and not have to, leave the facility. But there's just been Dunkin' Donuts is pretty much it.
Exactly.
So it's I guess malls everywhere are evolving, but it just seems that I never understood why we needed to have a mall in Concord. It seemed to me that, and I know people that want to go to a mall still go down to Manchester to the Mall of New Hampshire. They don't think of this as a destination particularly.
No, they don't.
And so it even 20 years or so ago, I didn't understand why Steinbach's or whatever it was called at the time had to come out
Sage
here
Allen.
and
Sage Allen was there.
Yes, and then we had Sears and Penny's.
Yeah.
And I never went to Penny's when it was on Fort Eddy. After it left Main Street, it just sort of was out of mind, out of sight.
Yeah, because, well, Bradley's was on one side,
yes,
and Penny's on the other.
Mm-hmm. And I would go to Bradley sometimes. I used to go to Zare's, and I like that, and King's.
King's was always my favorite. I love King's.
Yes. It was a very friendly place. You knew where things were.
Well, Ray Kling was the manager there, and of course, poor soul, he's passed away now. But he and his family, they were such nice people, and you knew it was like you got to know a lot of the cashiers.
Yes.
Or the service desk. I mean, they all were on like first name basis with you.
Yes.
And
it felt very much like a family-run business.
Oh yes.
It didn't
feel.
You
did. Yeah, and I remember, them going down there. Of course, Art Nolan, I don't know if you remember him or not, he was the manager at IGA down there with Kings.
Oh, okay.
He goes to church up here at Immaculate Heart. And I usually see him on Saturdays, and we talk about the old days, and, and he remembers down there where you had Cinema 93.
Yeah, yes.
And Deering Ice Cream Shop.
And you had a card shop in there, Beverly's Hallmark.
Little place.
Yep. And there, it was a very nice little mall to go to, and Deering's was very good.
Yep.
And and IGA Food Liner was a good store, because at that time you had that, and you still had Stop and Shop.
Oh, yeah.
And those were about the only big
First National
at that time, yes.
When I drove by, Paul, we're getting down on time there, but when I drove by the Concord Food CoOp the other day, all I could think of what a change that store, because at first it was First National, and then they went down there, then it was Super Duper.
Yep.
And I forgot that after that it was
Haggett's Sports.
And then on one side was UPS was in there too, and I forgot that. And then all of a sudden the food co-op went in there, the food co-op. But yeah, I'm looking at my director. He's deep in thought.
He is.
I know. Of course, he's getting his airplane ticket to go to England for Christmas.
Jolly good.
Yes, he is. Well, he better come back. That's all I got to say.
That's what we hope. Or we'll go over there and do the show from England.
Go get him.
Yes, I can affect a British accent.
Of course, the Queen may knight him. So, he may come back.
That's
true.
Sir Ian,
that's
which
right.
sounds very good.
I know.
It has a nice ring to it. So.
You don't know. You may find out. You know that
save someone over there.
That the Duchess there, whatever she is, the Prince William's wife. May request your presence to take some pictures.
Yeah.
Your fame may have spread over there.
That's possible.
Anything is possible.
Yeah.
That's right. So, but yeah, and I love the holiday season.
Oh yes.
We did a Catholic radio show before we did this one today, and I was telling Father Ray, who was hobbling around, he did something to his leg. I said, Advent has always been my favorite time. I love Advent.
Yes.
But the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
But it just doesn't seem possible. That here we go again.
It is. It's by the time we meet again, it will be November, and people will be starting to think of Advent and everything else. So
I know. Well, we're coming to a close of Around Town, and once again, it's been a pleasure having Paul come on and reminisce some more about Concord now and then and now, and the holidays are coming up, and Halloween. If you don't want kids at your home to trick or treat, make sure you shut your light out. But if you're not, welcome them with a big smile, and then of course Election Day. You can always cast your ballot now by doing absentee voting. So contact City Hall and get your vote in. And for those on the Heights here, Ward 8, I appreciate your support, and I look forward again to serving you for 2 more years. So I will do the very best that I can in the House. But with that in mind, thank you, Paul. And
thank you, Dick.
I got an idea I'm going to run by you. I've been talking to you about it, but I got to finalize it. I'll talk to him a little bit before the show there. There we go. There's the ding-ding. So,
okay.
Have a great week. Enjoy the foliage. I'm Dick Patten, your host. On behalf of Ian Marx and Paul Brogan, have a great day.